Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new Elder Scrolls Online Let's Talk video. Today we're going to be talking about the new system coming into the game in Update 17 called Skill Advisor. This is free to everyone, and I think that it's probably one of the best systems I've seen introduced into an MMO to date, because it doesn't only help guide players to make appropriate changes to be viable, but it also helps guide them to make smart choices in ways of playing the game to help them play. It doesn't, really teach them anything. It says, hey, take these skills because there's a better option. That's pretty much all it does, but it still helps them learn a little bit about their character. Now, there's a lot of different options in here. I'm going to go over each of them. I do need to do something real quick because I didn't do this beforehand, but I need to go into... Can I do this? So I can show you guys this thing to its full degree. So let's go ahead and take a look at the skills in the game. So this is the skill system. We all know it pretty well, a lot of us do. But nobody really knows the skill advisor system because it's a new system just being implemented. And it's actually pretty cool. Now you can turn off the skill advisor and turn it back on if you want, but that's up to you. So here it is. First off, this skill advisor, you can see right now it says Savage Stalker. If I mouse over it, it tells me what this role is. It says it's a damage role. Its primary stat is stamina. That means it's a stamina build. You're going to build with stamina as your primary stat. And when they mean by primary, they mean that it is your main thing that you're going to be focusing on. It doesn't mean the only thing you're focusing on. It means the primary thing you're focusing on. Because some of the abilities that they do unlock might require a little bit of magicka, but you don't need a lot of magicka to get a lot of these abilities to work, just some. And I think that's a really, like I said, again, a really cool system. They tell you primary stat, and they tell you this stuff. So let's go ahead and look at the other options. So they have the Warden Initiate, which is basically for new players coming into the game. This gives them a base idea to learn the class, more than it does in teaching them like a role. It teaches them the class itself, and I think that's a really good option for new players to learn the class first before they jump into a role. Now this is good starting information. Alright, moving on to the next one, we have the Beast Caller. Now the Beast Caller is a Magicka DPS build. Then you have the Savage Stalker, which we already looked at, which is a Stamina DPS build, or a Stamina damage build. And then you have the Guardian of the Wild, which is a tank build, which is actually, looking at the skill setup on this, I actually like it. Because I think the choices that it offers are really good, and it's really helpful to teach players like what options are going to be good and everything. The other thing that I think is really cool about the tank and healer options is it kind of tells them, hey, use these to learn. Like, use these to learn how to play. And then when you get better at the game, then you can take on other things and learn those to become a better tank with other options. And I'll be going over all this other stuff in a later video. Next up, Master Herbalist. Great setup with how it works. Now, when you pick one of these, so for example, I'm going to go ahead and pick Master Herbalist for this. You'll see that when I click on it, it says Advised Abilities. It's showing me what abilities I should start with learning. So I'm going to pick these abilities, and when I do, what's going to happen is they're going to disappear, and it's going to show me the next viable options. So I'm going to pick Frost Cloak, and as you can see now it says get Essence Drain. I'm going to go grab Fungal Growth, and we're going to grab Healing Seed. Now if you look, now everything's changed. Now it's like, oh, well, you got to get these passives in order for this build to start working. And it does this all the way up to level 50. It works all the way through that span. And I think that's, again, it's a good tool to teach people the basics of that role system. Like, hey, this is a good role. You can play it. Now, how viable it will be in end game, I don't know. How optimal it'll be will be dependent on the player's build. And that's another thing. Because you can have a viable skill set, but an optimal setup is a different story. Now I know I'm going to get asked this, and I'm going to answer it now. Can a Khajiit be that healer? Yes. Are they going to be optimal? Yes. Are they going to be the best thing they can possibly be? Yes, because you pick to be the Khajiit for a reason, whether it be preference or choice, that's you. There is better options with other races, but you chose to play a Khajiit, and that was your choice. Does it put you in a negative place versus other classes or other races? It will, but it also is a viable option, because if it wasn't, they wouldn't allow it. So it's still viable, and it can still be optimal. It's just not going to be the best. It's going to be a good option. And I think that's a misconception on the community, saying that you want to play the right race with the right class, like right role and all that kind of stuff. That's just opinion, and it does offer better play if you're going for the most efficient build possible race class-wise. But even picking the right race will give you negative effect on your build, because it might be a good option, but it might not give you some of the things that you need for survivability or different things. It's a good choice, but not the best option. I mean, it's best for optimal play, but it's not the best choice overall. Nobody really knows what the best choice overall is, because nobody's made the best choice overall. We just know what we have to play with. And the opinion on what's best will be the opinion of the person playing it. So, yeah. They might get some great number results and all this kind of stuff, but somebody might get something better with something else, and so on and so on. There's so many different options, it's not funny. But yes, the skill system, Skill Advisor is a great system. It helps teach new players what skills are best. It doesn't tell you what gear to use, it doesn't tell you what champion points to use, but it does give you a good starting point to get you to that end goal of your character being at max level and all like decked out and ready to rock and, you know, doing trials, doing PvP, that kind of thing. It really helps in that sense. So, great job to the devs for this. I'm glad they implemented it. I think a lot of players will like it. I know I said I was going to do dungeon videos, but I'm going to wait on those until this weekend, and then I'm going to be releasing those on Saturday and Sunday, just for this release. Anytime that there's times when I can do things where I can work with my group in the dungeon environment or in DLC environment, I'm going to try and set that up with them so we can bring you guys that content. Otherwise, it's just going to be like a snippet preview of that content. So like what I did with the trial in Clockwork City, where I went and tried soloing it. We're going to do that, or I'll do that, or I will play with my normal group. So yeah. But I wanted to get the Skill Advisor system video out so the community knew, you know, like, oh, this is pretty cool. This is, you know, they can give their opinions. I think it's a really cool system. I love it. I think this is great for new players and for those players that just don't quite understand, like, the dynamics of the role system. This will help them learn the role system a lot better. And I think that's what a lot of people want, is they want people to learn those roles really well, and I think this will help. So yeah, really cool, really awesome, really fun. So tomorrow, though, I have a video I'm going to be doing that's not going to pertain to anything with the new content. It's actually going to be something that pertains to some of the system changes and why they're happening. And then also to, I want to kind of discuss a little bit more the idea of tanking, healing, and DPS, but in a new way, because a lot of people just assume that certain things are just the best because of certain reasons, and that's why it has to be played that way. I want to kind of cover some of that in a topic video and go over that stuff. So keep an eye out for that video. That'll be coming tomorrow. And then I don't know if I'll be releasing anything on Thursday, but I'm going to try and do something Thursday. I might show off the new gear sets and go over each of them and show you guys them, you know, like in the game, their use and how they work. I got a few skeletons set up so we can test some of these things. When it comes to like damage of sets, like sets that require you to be taking damage, we'll go test those in the environment, you know, like out in the open world, that kind of thing, so we can see how these sets work, and we can get a general idea of how they'll work in the game. So we'll be taking a look at those on Thursday. And Friday, Don't know if I'm going to do a video Friday yet, but I'll try, and I'll try and have an idea for that then. But then Saturday and Sunday, I'm definitely going to release dungeon videos, or dungeon preview videos of the 2 new dungeons. And we're going to try and do a complete run-through, but we're going to do them on normal, and we'll talk about mechanics as we're going through. And it'll either be me explaining the mechanics and dynamics of the encounter, or it'll be Killer Mac. And because I really think that he has a really good attitude for explaining things better than I do when it comes to, like, in the heat of the moment. So, but yeah, but that's pretty much it. And I haven't talked to him about that, so when he sees this, he might go, but we'll see. But yeah, if you guys like this video, hit that like button. If you guys want to see more videos by me, please hit that subscribe button. Other than that, thank you all for watching. Until next time, have a wonderful day, and this guy will see you in game. Maybe. Bye.